Hi. So years ago, 1995, I worked on this book here, the Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror, Heebie-Jeebie Hullabaloo, and I've actually, I've actually got the artwork and or like the roughs and stuff, and well, let me tell you about it because I think it's a fun story. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. By the way, I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for 19 years. And while I was working on the show, I used to freelance at Bongo Comics. And like I said, one time and I worked on this particular book. The interesting thing is that I was, and I still am, a big fan of Mike Allred, who created Madman. And I that my boss Bill Morrison at the time he knew that too, and you used to talk about comics all the time. And so he said, well, he happened to have gotten Mike Allred to write a story for the Treehouse of Horror comics, and he calls me up, Bill Morrison, not Mike Allred, but Bill Morrison calls me up and he says, "Hey, so I got Mike Allred to write a script for the Treehouse of Horror comic. Would you like to work on it?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. That's awesome. I would love to work on a script by Mike Allred." So he said, "Well, here's the thing. He wants me to draw it. The only reason he's doing it is because he wants me to draw it." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. So what do you want me to do if I'm not going to be able to draw it?" Well, he said, "Well, why don't you plot out the pages?" I'm like, I can do. I can do that." So he sent me the script, and I plotted out the pages, and Bill Morrison drew it, and Mike Allred actually inked it. So it's really interesting, and it's very cool. So this book has the actual comic. So here's what the cover was. And so you've got the artwork, right? And you get to see. So this is Bill Morrison's drawings with Mike Allred's inking on this, right? But I did the comps, and I still got them. So here they are. Look, see? So here's the comp for this, and you can see that. I don't know how clearly you can see this because it's kind of, let's see. So like you got this, you know, with the like this big eyeball, and over here, and then you got this kind of like freaky looking thing right here, right? And then I could show you the actual comic version of it, the final version of the freaky eye and all that stuff. Where is it? There it is. See, there it is. The eye and the... So you get to see it. See? Let me see there. Ta-da. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm sure that on the actual post, when I actually post this up, you'll probably actually see the actual I'll scan some of these drawings in. So here's the interesting part, okay? So I drew this comic, and then that year I went to Comic-Con, and Laura Allred, Mike Allred's wife, was in a booth selling a bunch of their extra comics, like a bunch of old comics that they did, like these graphic. They were called graphic music, and that it's actually the comic that made me become aware of Mike Allred and made me a fan. Was these graphic music comics, which led me to look for more of his stuff. This led me to Madman and all his other books. Well, so I started talking to Laura, and I was saying I'm a big fan here, and I bought some of the graphic musics, and um, and I told her that I had worked on the Simpsons comic that Mike Allred had written, that is her husband had written, and she's like, "Oh, hey, by the way, just stay here. I'm sure he'll be coming by." And then, sure enough, he came by, and I introduced myself. We shook hands, and I just told him what I did, who I was. I mean, I was 19 at the time, I think, 19 or 20. I don't remember. I was young. I was young once, uh, but yeah. And he was so awesome because we just started talking about comics and all these things and the Simpsons, and he's like, "Hey, come on, come with me." And then we just went through San Diego Comic Con. I just went with him and Mike Allred as he bought comics, and we were just talking and we were looking around, and it was fun. I got he was just talking to a bunch of industry guys, and I was just tagging along, and it was a lot of fun, and it was really nice for him to have done that. I really appreciate it, and it's fun. I mean, I have fond memories of having at least I worked on this thing, and having fond memories of having worked on, because it was the script, the way it was written, the way the script was written. He actually wrote that he wanted an insert shot with a circle, right? He, because that's his style. That's the way he draws. He does these like inserts in old school and style shots, and the way that he wanted the grid of the panels to work. It's a lot of fun. So um, I ended up sending this thank you note via Bill Morrison after it was all over, after the Comic Con, when I got home. So embarrassing, so embarrassing. But it's like a drawing I did of Bart Simpson on Madman's leg, and like Madman is trying to shake him off. It's just bad. I wrote this like almost like a love letter to both Laura and Mike Allred, and it's bad. Okay, it's so bad. I hope they've forgotten about it, and I hope they yeah. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this kind of anecdote. If you did, leave a message, leave a comment, ask me anything about what happened and all this other stuff. I'm sure I'm going to put an affiliate link to the book, if they even sell it anymore. I don't even know. And if you want to see more of this artwork, these roughs, I'm gonna put like a lot of them, like most of them, if not all of them, on my newsletter this week. It's already been sent off, okay, but if you opt in before next Thursday, you're going to get copies, okay, and I'm gonna send them directly to you, only you, but you have to opt in before next Thursday, otherwise you're gonna miss the window, and that's it. All right, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed my anecdote, and I'll talk to you next week. All right, bye.